Hello! So, when we last left off, we had just managed to fail to protect the 7th crystal. We're really not developing a good track record here. So we are now deciding, if I remember correctly, um, to infiltrate the Tower of Babel, which is Golbez's big fortress place. And we are leaving through a hidden exit in the bottom of the castle. So there's a point that was kind of glossed over since we were right at the end of the video, which, is there anything... I don't feel like messing with it. I can't really compare them. I guess I should check what she's wearing. But anyway, I guess I should outfit her with better stuff. I lost my train of thought. That Rydia was swallowed by Leviathan and taken to the land of summoned monsters, also known as the Fey March in other translations, which is a lot more interesting sounding name. But I guess it's just that I don't know why they did that, because that takes up a lot more characters. So I guess it's just another one of those things where they figured things had to make sense to the stupid American people. I don't know. But it's the Fey March. I assume that's probably the original name, I would guess, or it's at least based on some kind of mythological thing. Whereas Land of Summoned Monsters is kind of bland. I mean, way to go for the obvious name, guys. Anyway, that's beside the point. So in the Land of the Summoned Monsters, time passes faster, and so Rydia ended up spending aging many years in that realm. And I just walked through that guy. Can I do it again? Weird. Okay. And the game kind of glosses over this detail, which is seems kind of significant to me, because we're talking about pretty much a significant chunk of her life was kind of happened off screen, which raises a lot of questions. What was it like for her spending all those years in this land of monsters, and how did it affect her outlook on life, and how did she change as she kind of grew into a young adult? And these things are kind of only lightly hinted at. There's a lot of unanswered questions about what happened in all that time down there. And I think there might be monsters in these. Nope, just cabins. Cabins are the opposite of monsters. However, they should not be confused with the deadly gazebo. Anyway, but yeah, that's something, there's a lot of room to kind of explore that idea and really think about, you could make an entire another story about that, because we're talking about, like I said, pretty much a huge chunk of her entire life happened in there, and we don't really have any view into that. So that's something that's really interesting to me. And it's a shame. I figure that it does come down to the limitations of the medium, that they weren't really able to explore that as much. And you know, just kind of the writing style of games of the time, even RPGs, are kind of very, they're much quicker, they're much faster paced than an RPG, you know, a modern RPG. So it's a different kind of thing, and it is a shame that we don't really get to see, you know, see that kind of thing and learn more about that aspect of the game. But, you know, that's, I suppose, something for fanfic writers to explore and such. Do I want to fight these guys? Not really. And who knows, maybe in my alternate universe, bonus videos, I will have something to say about it. Although that might be too much to talk about in just in these short videos. So we'll see. I should fight some encounters, just because otherwise I will be underleveled, and then we will have more exciting battles like the one that we just did that didn't go so well. So let's talk about Rydia as a playable character. Basically, as she talked about, she has lost the ability to use white magic. Essentially, she started off as kind of a weak jack-of-all-trades, kind of to fill a, I almost want to say a larval mage role. It's kind of a weird way to put it, but basically it's just kind of a significantly underplayed role in the party that would normally be filled in a more advanced high-level party by two characters like this. And so now, since she's joining the party later in the game, when we have a more fully formed party with a variety of roles, she has kind of fallen into a more defined black mage role, and along with that she has also gained a variety of summons, and this is something that is quite interesting because we can actually expand her repertoire of summons throughout the game, and it's not by leveling up as it is in with most spells, but they're actually side quests that will allow us to get a number of different summons, and I will try and show you all of them throughout the game, because those can make up a pretty significant portion of the late game, is getting a variety of different summons for Rydia, so we shall see those in good time. Come on. So now we're sneaking into the Tower of Babel, which is a lot like the Tower of Zot in its high-techness. In fact, it kind of seems to be using the same enemies, even. I think those might be different dolls, though, but I know the marionette is the same enemy, except she's not killing herself this time. Oh yeah, I guess one thing I forgot to do is I actually have to rearrange the party a little bit, since Rydia should really not be in the front. So let's see. We have two back rows. So Cecil should be in the front. Yang should be in the front. And Rosa, Rydia, and Kain should all be in the back. Let's save Rosa's MP for now, since we probably are unlikely to want to use Cecil's MP in the middle of a fight, so it's kind of safer to use it up right now. And there we go. Okay, so if I recall, the Tower of Babel is pretty freaking big. It is a ridiculously huge tower, and it's so big that it actually basically comprises more than one dungeon throughout the game. Each time we enter the Tower of Babel, we will essentially be climbing a subsection of it, if I remember correctly. I don't remember exactly how many times we enter and leave the tower, but this is definitely not the last. Because I think we end up basically climbing the underground section of the Tower of Babel our first time through. So, hopefully this place will be slightly less labyrinthine than the Tower of Zot. I generally, as a rule, I do kind of like straightforward dungeons. At least when we're talking about random encounter situations like this, as I've talked about before, then it can be kind of frustrating just wading through a ton of random encounters, way more than I would be normally if I end up getting lost and wandering all over the place. Which is probably the intention. They want you to get to a lot of encounters while you're wandering around lost so that you are properly leveled. But it can be a bit of a frustrating experience. So I have no idea how big this place is. The great thing about towers is that when you're making a tower dungeon, you can essentially make it arbitrarily large. And I don't have a great memory for... Wow, I just wasted that one. I don't have a great memory for the exact layouts of dungeons, as I've talked about before. This is not going to last us very long. But I hope that noise isn't annoying, because you're going to be hearing it a lot. And it's the first floor. I really also don't remember what the deal is in terms of bandana. What does that do? Bandana is actually not significantly different from the Paladin's helmet, which you'd think it would be. I think I'd give it to Yang, though. It seems more fitting. Apparently a bandana gives you only slightly less protection than a Paladin's helmet. So go figure. God. Back attacks are no fun, and there's really not much point in tangling with regular monster encounters that are back attacks. It's really not worth it. But going off my memory again, I'm pretty sure that this is monsters. Specifically, an alert. Yes, that is kind of this dungeon's gimmick, is these guys, which basically like to summon allies. That. So we should kill him first, obviously. Also, they can laser eye you. That's, wow, she doesn't even know virus. Funny, that. I should get on teaching her virus, because that is a useful spell. I keep accidentally selecting it twice, which causes me to not actually stop and pick a target properly, which is annoying. Wow, that was good. Okay, let's do this properly. Jeez. And he's gone. A Blizzard Spear. That might actually be a good improvement on the Wind Spear, yes. Unlike the Drain Spear, which turned out to be actually not such a hot idea. And Yang is going to end up sucking up all of the last of my MP. That should do it. And let us move on. Ugh. Alright, fine. Actually, you might remember these guys. One of them showed up in a chest way back in the Tower of Zot. Now we see them again, and we should probably actually swap out for ice weapons where we can, because now the element has swapped. See, Kane's catching on to the elemental affinity game here. Charmed. He's charming. What? What just happened? They fire themselves? Clever bastards. Oh no, I've been fired. Screw you. Jesus. He's out. He's done. Apparently I'm not doing a good job of selecting things properly here. Heal up. Heal up. Heal up. And heal up. Okay. Where does this one go? Shit. Screw this. Okay, third floor. Where does this one go? Aha! More alerts. That looks nasty. I'm trying to remember if any spell is good against these guys. Let's try ice. Just as a general bet based on the composition of the enemies so far. Shit. That did not work very well. God damn it, this thing's a frickin' beast. Hold on a second. Wow. One more of those and people might have started dropping. Ice Brand. Yeah, there we go, okay. So we're slowly but surely getting actual good anti-fire weapons by basically wresting them from the dungeon's cold dead corpses. Yeesh. Okay, so now we are continuing to the 3rd floor. Running into more encounters, which I am not going to bother with. I don't think those ones are even all of that worth very much. Hold on, and I forgot that Yang needs the Ice Claw. Remember back when I bought one of each of these? That was probably not a bad idea. And what is this one? Charm versus Cat Claw. I don't know what the Cat Claw does exactly, but that sounds nice. What's over here? What a detour. Let me guess. This is probably a surprise. Of course we are. I don't think these are very strong. I may as well just try and kill them. Got one. Yeah, these guys aren't so tough. It's only if you leave them alive long enough to petrify you that they start to become a problem. Let me guess. Yes, this is not right. Hey, did you see that? Yeah, that, right there. What is that? What's it doing down there? Hold on a second. Is it... What? What's that doing down there? What is that doing down there? What is it doing down there? Is it... Am I supposed to, What the heck? What is up with that? That's really weird. I've never noticed that before. Is there another one? What's that? It's nothing. It's just there to taunt me. Okay. Well, screw you then. Let's see, so if that goes there, then where does that one go? Egg. So eggs are pretty much, not worth that much if you just kill them, but if you leave them, they will hatch into a proper monster that you can have a proper fight with. Okay, so both of these go to the 4th floor, and then, okay, so this one is just a dead end with treasure. So I should have gone here first. Oh well, you live and learn and stuff. And now we loop back around, and now I really want to get to a save spot. Based on my intuition on how long the game keeps you going between landmarks, there should be one coming up pretty soon. Oh, what the heck. We're full of big, tough ice weapons now, so let's give it a shot. Let's see how we can do here. That's more like it. That's more like it, too. And then a spear lands on your head. That's what I like to see. Let's make sure everyone is healthy. That was a waste. Oh well. Healthy and alive and stuff. And where does this go? Is this another treasure room? Oh no, this is a save point. Okay. I think we can get by with a tent. Let's see. I believe tents heal a maximum of 100 MP, and cabins will heal all of it. I don't know how much HP cabin or tents heal, but I think it should. Okay, so it didn't get all of it. There's no reason not to use my tents. Better safe than sorry. If we need more tents, we can buy more tents. Tents are not that expensive. So, did I save already? I'm going to save again if I did not. Or save again even if I did, because why wouldn't I want to leave with full MP? Let's just kill it. Kill the egg. Boring. 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 Of course, it's gonna make us take this long trip. What are these? These are more monsters. Each one has a different surprise inside. Ew, that's freaky looking. And in case it's not obvious from the fact that I'm focusing on killing the alert, if you... okay, that didn't work. If you kill the monster, then the alert can just call it back. So that's something to be aware of. That it can just pretty much keep summoning monsters forever until you get the gist and kill it. What does this grant us? Gives us an ice shield, so let's give it to... yeah, let's give it to Cecil, because he's got a fire shield. That doesn't make much sense, I think. Do ice shields protect against ice, or do they protect against fire? I don't know. Well, it's giving us ice, so I assume ice protects against fire, which, you know, kind of makes sense. Well, that was anticlimactic. What's supposed to be in here? Okay. Guess this one's just a fake out then. As you wish, game. We'll just move on. This one is... another... Of course we're surprised. Of course. Actually, I probably should make sure that my my squishy mages are at full hit points. I think that if, you know, if my other guys have a couple hundred, or no, maybe 100 damage or so, I mean, that's not a big deal. But these two don't have much hit points, and we really don't want them to die, especially Rosa. Rosa dying would be actually really inconvenient. Wow. That's not going to be very hard, game. Pretty sure I could just one-shot these guys. I expected better. Whoops. This is not what I meant to do. Hold on. I don't want it just sitting there out of alignment. My inventory is really getting full, isn't it? Oh no. Oh no, I'm not putting up with that. Wow. Jesus. Sometimes I just cannot catch a break. Alright, so we've proceeded along a pretty long way into this dungeon. We're probably, since we did cross, yeah, it just cannot let it go. God. Anyway, what was I talking about? We're probably, yeah, okay, I know where we are now. So if my memory serves, this might be monsters. Nope. But if memory serves, we should not actually go for the big, super obvious door. Because if I remember right, it will be locked. That is what I remember happening. If I keep this up, I'm eventually gonna have to plan a grinding session to make up for it. I'm gonna be under-leveled. No one likes that. There are a lot of significant-looking dead ends, but a lot of them don't really seem to go anywhere. Oh boy, we're not even close, are we? Just want to explore the dungeon. Is that so much to ask? I'm so... It's so cruel to me. One thing I will use gratuitously is the tents, because it's just like staying at the inn. Kinda. Okay, so I do believe we probably are pretty, there can't be that much more. You know what, I can take you. You're just one eyeball. What you gonna do? I expected better from you, eyeball. I'm not scared of some fire lion, flame dog. I can just stab it with my ice sword. So, oh hey, Cecil learned heal. That actually might be pretty useful. So where is this going? 8F. Okay, now something significant is going to happen. Ah. So, Rubik Conte, I believe is his name, is the fourth Fiend of the Elements for fire. And Dr. Luge is just a gross weirdo. And he's kind of a mad scientist who serves Rubicante. Looks like some kind of Twisted Peanuts character. So let me think. There are two ways you can actually take this fight. By either taking down Balnab first, or Dr. Luge. And I'm trying to remember what causes which effect. But I think it might actually be more interesting to take out the hulking giant first. So he is a robot, which means he's probably weak to electricity. Let's give that a spin. You know what? This calls for some images. Don't know if that actually does anything. There's actually a lot of oddities in the fights with Dr. Luge. Don't even know if I'm pronouncing his name right. It's weird. Like, I guess I gave it away that you do actually fight him more than once. Did this do a lot of damage? I wasn't paying close enough attention. Let's, oh no, there we go. So if you end up killing the doctor first, I think Balnab just self-destructs. But instead we get the, I think, somewhat more interesting outcome, wherein he ends up taking manual control of his body. Man, this thing hits hard. Let's put some images on him. Uh-oh. Or he'll just do both of those things. So this is where things get weird. Really weird. That's the first weird part, but that's actually not all that unusual in terms of weird shit that happens in fantasy games. But we'll see if the oddities of this fight emerge or not. And you'll see what I mean pretty soon, I think. For now, I think I will decline to heal anybody of poison, which may actually turn out to be a... Jesus Christ! Thanks for that. Cecil is actually dying. So he's using gas a lot, and it doesn't really appear to be doing anything. And then he heals us. That is what I was talking about. Why does he do that? I honestly don't know. I have long suspected, pretty much for as long as I have been aware of this battle, that the AI for it, or some attack in it, might be broken. And that is supported by the fact that the fight in the DS version is significantly different, where he uses an attack called Reverse Gas, which causes, I believe, Reverse Gas causes healing to be damage and damage to be healing. But, so I guess gas puts you to sleep, although its success rate seems to be kind of in the toilet. And 2 of my characters are going to miss out on XP. I hate when that happens. So that is the door that we previously wouldn't have been able to access. I'm going to take a potentially inadvisable move and just tough it out until I can use a cabin. That may actually turn out to have been a fatal mistake, depending on what these two do. I'm stubborn, I know it. But let's just hurry and take a rest at the save point. So yeah, the fight against Luge is... It's probably easier than it was intended, although it does not look like it was meant to be a difficult fight. But it's odd. Why does he heal you? That is a question I have yet to see answered. I really don't know. He uses a lot of status effects, but they never really have time to have much of an effect because he heals you. So he spends a lot of turns poisoning you or putting you to sleep and then healing you, which amounts to precisely nothing in total. And then the only really bad attack that he has is that beam thing that he used on me, which is pretty deadly, but he doesn't use it that often because he's busy doing other things that make no sense. So what is the reason for that? I honestly couldn't tell you. I'm sure someone somewhere knows the answer. I'm sure it makes sense or did make sense before whatever is wrong went wrong. But I have no insights, unfortunately. I may have to turn to the wiki and see if there are any answers for me there. Well, this fight will be easy. Imps. I wonder if the overworld sprite of monsters with kind of the cloak is supposed to be kind of the tunic and hood of the imp, because that actually kind of makes sense. Oh, come on, I killed you. There's always room for one last dying action, isn't there? How do you know that? Not actually sure what he does in there. Does he just, I don't know, kung fu the controls? I don't know. I don't want to spoil the gravity of this scene or anything. Hold on. Can I, No. I didn't think so. I think we actually have to leave by hand here. Or do we? Let me try something. Here. Gonna make me do this the long way. Alright. I guess I could go back and try the teleporter that Rubicante left by, but I don't really know if that would do anything, and it would also use up a lot of time and encounters getting there. And I know that's probably a save point, but since we're kind of just hurrying out of here, I probably won't need it anyway. So let's just get out with haste. With hastefulness. Left door. I mean, right door. That's what I meant. That's what I meant to say. I do what I do, or do what I say, not what I do. Wait, no, that's the opposite of what I meant. Watch what I do. Don't listen to what I say. Just ignore anything I say when it sounds stupid. Like what I just said. Ignore all of that. Yes. Keep everyone alive here. Even if you're running from every encounter, they can still take a lot of bloody chunks out of you. Jeez. Still, if I want to level up, I can probably do so in a more controlled environment. The game really does buckle down in difficulty during the final dungeon, so I may end up needing to grind a fair bit at the very end of the game, just to kind of keep up, because I know that my early attempts at beating this game were horribly unsuccessful because the final boss just kicked my ass. Which probably does come down to just being under-leveled. And even then, all of the monsters in the random encounters are also just hugely difficult. But that's for another time. That's much later. Well, that could have gone better. Haha. Oh shit. Is it just me, or is the propeller noise kind of weirding out a little bit? Oh well. Alright, so we will be heading to Baron, but not right now, because now is a pretty good time for us to pause, and we will pick up, heading off to Baron next time, so I will see you there.